All right, good morning. Let's go to the SPY. Quarter to seven, sorry. Let's take a look at the 1 minute chart. All right, that was the fade. I was watching this and I said, about 10 minutes ago. It's a little bit before 7:30. I was wondering if that was the fade. And we're going to come right down. Yep, and here's the VWAP. We'll see if we get a little bounce here. But there you go. There's the angle of attack. So we can see that right here. But I wanted to do a video last night, and I'm looking. I was like, I'm going to come up with an idea last night, and I know this pre-market was just going to ruin it anyway. So I'm glad I'm waiting. Not that I would have probably come up with anything else here, which is just chopping around, and then finally around 8 o'clock, she's going to make a move. And that'll put us basically on the trajectory towards the open, and then I would say all bets are off from there. All right, let's remove this. Let's bounce out to the daily view. I was taking a look at this just a few minutes ago. So the story, let's go big picture first. Going back, this big green line, thick green line's coming from the all-time high. Had that end of March, beginning of April high. And then this is the mid-August high. So that's been in control the whole entire year. And then the mid-June low, that's this blue line. That's what we had, and that's what we finally failed at the middle of September here after that big down day on I think that was that CPI or Fed minutes? Basically the same thing. It's just the bad news days that moves this sucker down. Anyway, so that was in control, and then we finally broke out of that. What was that? Beginning of October. Came up, ran into this sucker, and that caused. But we had there's the bounce, came off to the side, and then the bad CPI data was, I guess, basically outside the algorithm. It was pre-market stuff, got us down low, and then at the open, it tried to move lower, and then it just snapped back up. It seems like it was paying attention to the Keltner channel, which is a classic move here, which is when you're having a sell-off or even when you're buying, you have this idea is when it's grinding outside of it, that's the move, and then it snaps back into the midline, which I know there's a lot of lines in here, but this dark, it's more like a gold, bronzy gold, yellow here. That's following that's the middle of the Keltner channel. You can see it snaps, it comes back in, hits it, gets pushed back down, and then you look for a little pop out, and that's where you get the move. And that's essentially how these things, when you're long-term grinds, you can see here, look, it's grinding down, gets snaps back to the middle, pops, and goes. So of course, there's plenty of examples to the contrary, but it just seems to be the normal action for these, especially in the indices and large and mid-cap or large cap and mega-cap companies that are just being traded by the computers mostly. So anyway, so here's this red line. So there's that. We came up to it. That was the high of the day. So that landed basically right on it. And then this morning we popped out a little bit. The low actually retested it. So I'm feeling like we might see another move to the high or higher today. It's totally possible. It's also possible it just decides just to hang out and just move sideways all day. We'll see. It's the end of the week. It's Friday. Who knows? Fridays have been sell-offs for the most part. So not too many people looking to hold large positions going to the weekend. Now, I would say this is that I think the balance is going to the buyers now, because you have plenty of these large cap companies and mega cap companies that are getting to be oversold technically, and then it's also like you're starting to get some serious yields. So you have dividend guys looking at that and be like, well, I'll buy it, and I don't think they're going to lose their dividend, so I have no problem holding on to this sucker. It's a good buy in terms of share price, and that dividend's going to allow me to hold on to it. I don't want to sell it. It's a good yield. If it goes lower, I'll just buy more type of mentality. And if you're a short, I think yesterday's opening and then just smash up to the top is probably just an indication that there's not too much appetite to just keep throwing short positions and adding to it. You're probably going to be wanting to take some profit here. Now, is that the bottom? I have no idea. There's actually a lot. The fact that it cleared above, it opened above 356 for the most part, crashed down, got back above real quickly, and then got above 362 is very bullish. I was hoping for a hammer above close to 360, but the fact that we ended at like 366 is insane, in my opinion. Hell of a day. I can't. I mean, that you're going back to COVID to see those types of moves of opening that low and climbing, basically pushing through multiple resistance levels. So that being said, I'm not in terms of us. I am still focusing on healthy dividends. There's too many of them to be bought. I've been adding to them. It's a target-rich environment. I'm really looking at some of these like Takeda and Bayer. Some of these names I added in the last week or so. They are very much. Oh, we're going red here for the open. OGN is off this morning on a downgrade and I read the note. It's junk. I'm still looking at ABBV. I'll take some ABBV, of course. Anybody else I'm looking at? Not really right now at the open. I'd go with OGN, ABBV, and then there was a few other ones, the Bayer and Takeda, if I can get those guys. We'll see. There's somebody else in there I'm still looking for. CVS is a good one. Nice to see SNY and GSK finally. They were oversold on every basically time frame, so those were pretty easy buys in my opinion for a long term. Henry Schein, HSIC, I'm watching that one. That's a good one. I don't think we're going to get NVO under 100 anytime soon, but I want to. CVS is, yeah, I want that one too. So I'll put those in there. MDT is another one. So keep an eye on basically healthy dividends, following the buy targets. We still have some that are at buy 2s, some that are close to buy 3s. Those are probably going to be your primary candidates. All right, good luck this morning. I don't know what we're going to get. It's mixed right now. Maybe I'll make another video before open. But I just want to do an update. And I'll try this weekend, tomorrow morning, probably around 8, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I have to move up our time for our morning meeting. If you guys can get your tickers in tonight, that would be better, because I think we're going to have a lot of them to go over tomorrow morning. All right. Good luck. Stay healthy.